So I believe you can hear me loud and clear. My name is Mazes, okay, and I welcome you to this evening late broadcast. And today we will be looking at the Maiduguri that is submerged under water. What caused it? What is happening? And why our leaders appeared not to really care about those that they ought to govern. As this is happening, the one that has grabbed the president, the one that is running with the presidency, has left Nigeria. So, and he has gone to, is on his way to UMGA, that is the United Nation in the United States. That is indeed, some people will say, tragedy. As you know, Maiduguri, as was reported by so many news agencies today, Maiduguri is submerged underwater. Zoo is broken up. Animals are washed away. Ostrich found itself uh, uh, on the streets. Snakes are on the road. Crocodile are swimming with humans. I mean, that's what is happening in Maiduguri is, you know, honestly, it's a tragedy. The Maiduguri people, our hearts and our prayers are with you guys. We pray that you are able to recover. For you to understand why this Maiduguri flooding is quite different is, recall that this is a very dry area. Imagine almost like having flood in a near desert environment. So this is something of monumental proportion, the tragedy. And for those that have lost families and for those that have lost lives, we pray for our citizens, our fellow citizens that have lost their lives. We pray for their souls and we say, may their souls rest in perfect peace. You know, Imagine people who are living in a dry land. Many do not know how to swim. Suddenly, something like this happens. You are now living with wild animals. They are cohabiting with you. Obviously, something is different, and people appear not to, you know, understand what is happening to them. Sadly, some lives were lost as well. So, as the news captures it, that you know that residents around Sanda Karimi Zoo in Maiduguri, Borno State, were today trying to escape the flooding, and they are thrown into confusion as some animals in the zoo have started coming out because everywhere most of the parameter fences were broken, and ostrich and the crocodile have already escaped as the flood rages, rising fear that others such as elephants, lion, snakes that are domiciled in the zoo may find their way out at the moment. And this is indeed, like I said before, a tragedy. So I believe that the wildlife people in Maiduguri are trying as much as possible to put this under control, right? We believe that this is, the Nigerian Emergency Response, that's the NEMA, should do everything possible to get this under control. Now, while this is ongoing, the following here is what we are now witnessing, right? President Tinubu is to leave London. He's been in London since he left China, came to London on Saturday. Now he's to leave London to go to United Nations Assembly in New York. That means extending his overseas tour that he left Nigeria since August 29th. Today is the 10th. So if you calculate it, almost 2 weeks the president has not been, in Nigeria. According to Sahara Reporters here, it says President Tinubu departed Abuja for China on the 29th of August and departed China for London, United Kingdom via Dubai. Man, man. See the crisscross. You go to Dubai. Well, I mean, listen, if you have Tinubu and you have a brand new private jet, you'll be crisscrossing. I remember when I newly learned how to drive, every Sunday I must find something to go do errand so I can ride my dad's Passat. So I can ride his Passat, find a way. And he also had a Yamaha motorbike. So everything, sometimes I'm just giving myself out now. Sometimes we may even go deflate the tires so that you can, go find a vulcanizer to fix it in order for you to ride around, right? But we believe that because the president has a new toy, therefore he is trying as much as possible, to junkate the world. According to Sahara Reporters, as I said before, the high-level meeting will draw heads of state and government from around the world to the United Nations headquarters in New York on the 22nd to 23rd of September to address critical challenges and gaps in global issues. Now, why this is very suspicious is today is 10th of September. The meeting in New York is on the 22nd. So you still have about 12 days gap. Honestly, according to what Bayo Ononuga wrote on his Twitter page, I think something is still not, I'm not being skeptical here, but something is still not adding up entirely for me here. The whole thing is just wonky. But my point here is that it is painful to see leaders actually act in this way because they could do better. The president and president handlers could do better. There is a lot of time in between. It would have been better that the president left. It would have been better that the president left in order to come back to Nigeria. If not for anything, it is good for the optics. Go to those areas that you have this flooding. Visit your fellow citizens. Speak to them. They are your citizens. Speak to them. Feel their pains. Feel their pains. But these things are not happening. He's not visiting them. He's not feeling their pains. He's staying back in London. From London, he's going to go to the United States of America. He doesn't show empathy. World leaders, when you have such tragedy happen, they rush back to their various countries, not necessarily staying put wherever they are, right? So when we say this, we're saying it out of love, that we believe that this is not the right way to handle individuals, and this is not the right way to handle fellow citizens, those that you say that you are governing. No. Now, look at this. Some of you may be saying, Maz, what actually caused this flooding? According to the report, it appears that one of the dams broke. Listen to this video.
Garin Maiduguri wato alo dam ku ga yanda ruwan yake hauka yake masifa. Ubangiji Allah ya kare mu da kariyansa. Wannan ruwan yanzu cikin gari yake zuwa gabaki dai, wallahi wannan ruwan ya fi karfin yadda kake tunani. Masifa ne, ba karamin masifa ba. Ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada, zunzurutun fada har hayaki yake yi. Kun ga yanda ruwan yake, kun ga yanda ya tafi da gabaki daya. Yanzu ruwan nan duk gabaki daya cikin gari yake tafiya. Wallahi tallahi dole ma ambaliya ya zo. Allah ya kare mu, gaskiya Allah ya rufa mana asiri. Wannan masifa ne, ba karamin masifa ba. Wallahi ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada fa, yanda ruwan yake fada yake hauka. Wallahi dam din fashewa ye, kun gani dam din fashewa
So,
yana ta.
guys, looking at this, you would begin to ask yourself, I do not know if this dam, if there was no previous warning. My good friend then Nemeka Obereri would always say sometimes the problem we have in Nigeria is what he calls rara-raness, that we do things anyhow. It's not that accident couldn't happen, because by the way, if you look at Dubai, when Dubai got flooded, even with all the development, Dubai was still flooded. There was a time United Kingdom got flooded as well. It's not that flood doesn't happen, but my point here is that flood happens. Lives are lost as well, tragically. Even in one of the places that I lived in the United Kingdom, I still live there. There was a time, the whole area got flooded. One of my boss then in the office, got I think the insurance had to pay some compensations to them. I think there was some areas in Windsor in the United Kingdom, right? So these things happen. These things happen. But the difference here is that when you have something of that magnitude, that leaders show empathy, leaders come in. You can see here, kudos to this young man who is backing this elderly man, because without such, there is no way these elderly people obviously may not even know how to swim, because they are not living at the river bank. They have not got anything to do with river or anything like that. So they may easily be carried away with that. This is how the whole city is submerged underwater. You basically, the moment you take a drone shot of this, you begin to understand how, tragically what we are looking at is. This is a drone shot of the place. Look at how the roads, houses, everything is submerged. This is unbelievable. You can see the two gaps. You can see in the middle is the road and the street lights there. The challenge and the difficulty here is that the moment something like this happens, because of the way we do our construction, beneath these asphalt that you see, the moment the water recedes, it's going to wash off this road. I can guarantee you that if by the time the ground absorbs this water, by the time this water recedes, that billions, if not of dollars, will be needed for to fix these things. Honestly, that billions, if not of dollars, will be needed to fix these things. So people, it's quite, I would say, I wouldn't say pray for, well, you can pray for Maiduguri, because this is, this is indeed a tragedy. And while we knock government also, we must also be fair to, say the right things when government get it right. As it concerns Maiduguri, the vice president, that is Shetima. Shetima was captured in Maiduguri, where he went to see the flood victims. And this is, in my view, I would say kudos to Shetima. Some of you may not like it, but I don't care, because it's not only about pointing out when government gets it right. It is also our duty and our job to point out when government, sorry, it's not when government gets it wrong, but it's also our duty to point out when government gets it right. This is what it means to show empathy. What the VP did here, in my view, is commendable. This is what governance is all about. Some of you may ask, oh, how did this thing help? No, but he showed that he came on time, and that this is, whether it is his region or but this is the VP here visiting those people have suffered this calamity. So if you ask me, in comparison to the junketing president, who is going to be leaving United Kingdom to the United States, having come from China to UAE to United Kingdom, now to United States, it would have made more sense if Tinubu had left whatever he was doing in the United Kingdom. That's 5 hours 45 minutes to Abuja, right? He could have gone directly from London to Maiduguri to visit his fellow citizens. You basically have sworn and you did whatever you did to grab power, but when it comes to showing the essence of what power should do and what power should be used for, then you're not you appear to be missing in the scene, right? That is not right. That is not right, and that must be said. To be honest with you, the videos that is coming out of Maiduguri, it's really, really heartbreaking, people. I'll try as much as possible to get us some of these clips so that you can actually appreciate what is the thing some of us are actually observing here. So let's look at this also. Now watch this.
So some people came with Kanu. They are trying to rescue that guy on the top of that iron, but that one, according to this guy that swim across, he said that he's already tired and getting exhausted. So what I advise us, the rescue team should quickly go and rescue him out. If not, he'll get exhausted and perhaps leave the pool, and he may easily get drowned. Look at him.
Did you see the person they are trying to rescue? Actually, I don't know if you can see the mouse moving. Is this guy here? This is a human being who just climbed on this street light, and the guy is, according to what he's saying, the guy is already tired. If our leaders are not stealing our money, we should, when you see these things happen elsewhere, we see people come with helicopters. Maybe helicopter I will be asking too much. Somebody who may have to remind me, Mazi, are you no longer a Nigerian? But is it too much to ask that this individual here could have been rescued, maybe with, somehow? But again, you can see that these people doing this, there is no emergency services anywhere. The people doing it are on their own, just within the neighborhood, because all the bungalows in these areas are totally submerged.
Look at it.
I just pray that the guy doesn't fall inside that well, because now he's tired. If he falls there, that means that might be his end.
Look at the waves here. Rescue team din fa ba mata mutumin suke yi ba fa. Rescue team. Look at them. They are trying to pack some of their belongings. It's really I really pity this guy. Since 3 o'clock, we've been awake. And the guy is still there, shouting for help. Now, these people now, they need to help him out. Okay. They are trying to swim across. They are trying to swim to him so that they can rescue him. Really, this morning is terrible. Very strong. Kana gani a cikin garin ma amma ruwan yana kora su. Ka gani? Ka san wanda ni nake jin tausayi? Kaga yaron can. Kaga shi can na jikin pole din can.
Shi fa tun kafin ruwan ya ƙarfi fa. Sun zo wucewa ne fa.
To shi hauka yake?
Su uku ne sauran sun tafi, sauran ruwa ya tafi da su.
Allah? Na ce ya samu to ai shi ne.
Amma bai taba katangan gidan ba.
Ai ya dan yi nisa ya dan kasan mu nan abin da ya taimake mu ba yana tudu ne. Kuma
so you can now see that obviously that is for him. On another note, you can also see that ostrich has finally found itself in the highland and is now walking back. The ostrich is making a mistake. He does not understand that there is hunger. If by tomorrow morning they still find this ostrich, that will mean that ostrich is very lucky, because those in the highland actually Can you imagine? The flyovers are where the people eventually took refuge. At the flyovers, people took refuge at the flyovers just as it's indeed, to be honest with you, it's indeed a tragedy, because as you can see, these things are basically not it. The government, I believe, should find a way to help the people. The people of Maiduguri is really finding it very, very difficult. But the good thing is also that as the vice president came in with his team, they eventually also, were able to get the military to come in to help, right? So they were able to get the military to come in to help. Let's watch. So that's the accident, and listen, people, I think culturally, we need to also do certain things. It can be people shouldn't wear hijab when they want to go rescue others. You know, we should be dressing appropriately for such event. And if you're going on such thing, you don't need to wear agbada before your bed sheet will entangle you and even, you know, lead into death. This is not. This is not. This is not. You know, what do I? How do I put that? This is not a fashion parade, right? Such military equipment actually could be used, but even not in all areas. You can see the level of water we saw. If it's not receded, these this thing cannot also even get there, right? The vehicle itself cannot also even get to those locations. So people, point is, everywhere, everywhere. Look at, you know, if you look at this from area view as well, everywhere is flooded. Look at it: the streets, the houses, the pitch, the court, everywhere. Everywhere. Whew. Honestly, we feel for the people of Bonu that they are undergoing these, you know, that they are really undergoing this at the moment. We really feel for them, you know, that this is real sad. To be honest with you, it is real sad of Bonu is undergoing this. Government, please, oh, help the people of Bonu, oh, please, please, please. This is, you know, this is getting out of hand, and this is not right, right? But again, it's natural disaster. Nigeria is actually blessed. Imagine if Nigeria had, you know, you wake up, there is snow. Nigeria, you know, the way we carelessly do things, we may not actually be able to do much, right? Because we can be careless. You know how many people that might be dying. Now, to close off this, let us actually listen to what the vice president said while he was in Bono.
Shugaban kasa ya tura ni musamman.
So akwai translator ni transistor. So if you're able to come, if everything is gaskiya ni quite straightforward, if you're able to come and translate it for us, let us understanding what the vice president is talking to us.
Na zo ne muku jaje bisa ga abin da ya addabe mu. Insha Allah za mu hada karfi da karfe. Ita Borno State Government da Federal Government da NEMA da National Refugees Commission, insha Allah da North East Development Commission za mu dauki duk matakan da ya cancanta a dauka a share hawayenku.
So he's saying that the federal government, the state government, the NEMA, refugee, whatever, and the Northeast Development Commission, they're all working hand in hand to ensure that those of you that are affected, that you're going to.
Akwai hakkin ku akan mu. Kuma hakkin ku nan shine mu ga cewa mun tallafa mu. Ko ba siyasa ba, gaskiya za mu gaya muku duk abin da ya cancanta a yi za mu yi don mu share hawayenku. Muna muku godiya bisa ga halayen dattaku da kun nuna. Ba wanda yake ihuwa nan, ba wanda yake zage-zage. Kun yi imani cewa wannan masifan daga Ubangiji ne, kuma insha Allah Allah zai share hawayenmu. Allah ya ba mu zaman lafiya. Allah ya ba mu bunkasan arziki, Allah ya ba mu haɗin kai. Muna gode wa gwamna muna godewa nema, muna godewa Refugees Commission, gashi nan naga kayan su motocin nema, mun godewa SEMA, North East Development Commission, kuma za mu dauki duk matakan da ya cancanta a doka. Muga cewa mun share hawayenku. Muna godiya, muna godiya, muna godiya. Insha Allah gwamna zai dauki duk matakan kowa ya koma gidan shi a cikin sati ɗaya biyu. Wannan so mu yi creating sabbin IDP camps. Babun alfahari bace mu ta creating IDP camps. Kan fato ya sai panzi ya sai ya wundu so panzi ro wantin. A rokin buye bana le temne dien. Awga sana da ala rakuluya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So you've heard what he said. At the end of the day, on behalf of on behalf of the people of Borno, I would say the people of Borno, they are grateful that the VP visited them, and here we are. Like I said at the beginning, we pray for the souls of our beloved fellow citizens who, on no fault of their own, lost their lives today in Maiduguri. We pray that may Allah receive their souls and may their souls rest in peace. Now, let us move to the last segment of this evening. As you all know, the Edo election has finally kicked off in earnest. And PeterObi was today in Edo State to campaign for the Labour Party candidate in Edo State in the person of Olumide Akpata, right? And today, Olumide Akpata, basically the campaign with PeterObi kicked off today in earnest. That is indeed something to reckon with, because the campaign was really, as many would say, that Edo was shut down today. Edo was shut down today. In fact, today, Edo got what they were looking for. So let's see what happened in Edo today.
Edo people, choose your guide. Olumide Akpata, see us we dey like beans and rice. Edo people, I will never leave your side. I will never ever. I dedicate my time forever, time to you, my people.
We are looking for our battle. Papa, Mama, Pipi, we go look me there and Kadiri, and go with you. Don't get too much. Security not there. Where the doctor? We want a better again. Just you know what it does do. Go out and vote for Mama, Papa. Mama, Papa. Let me begin to say Nigeria from Edo. Go out and support Olumide Akpata. Please, your government.
Edo people, I will never leave your side.
So, Edo people, una don hear am, make una no leave side. Make una no go mess up. Make una no go that day now. Una go hear say they ask somebody, make he go vote for where he no suppose vote. Anybody wey bring money, make una do gandusa. You know what it means to gandusa somebody. Some of you who were asking Maz, where are you not in Edo? I say sorry, I know maker. I have been updated as to what happened. I couldn't join you guys in Edo, so I did somewhere else. But you can see here we have the ObiDient General Ikenna and we have Dr. Moore, and we have what was his name again? Anyway.
Everything about a justice is about to change. It's about to change for the better. Don't try also. Don't try it.
So guys are trying, and this is, this is, today was really very colorful, though. So, people, that is it. Obviously, that is what it is. I I understand that 2 days ago, some people, there was a press conference. Was it yesterday? Also? There was a press conference, and some of the things that happened, some of us will be laughing because the media, the social media spaces are washed with informations that are not correct, that are not right. But many of us will not speak. We are keeping quiet until the appropriate time. Okay. So this evening, to cap it up, I will say that sadly, that when Nigerians are in pain, that the president left them to lick their wounds is a sad reality that happened when Nigerians are in pain and when Maiduguri is submerged underwater, that he found it very convincing to leave to another place. Leadership, as I said before, demands that when certain incidents happen, when things like this happen, you should be there, understand that you are, really, you are dealing with human lives. Show some empathy, please. Show some empathy. Show some empathy. I do not know how often one has to say that. I do not know how, you know, I don't know how to really break it down for leaders, because when you sign up for such, again, you have nothing else than to keep doing the right thing for the people that you have decided that you must govern. Tomorrow morning, I'll be having an interview with Professor Chris Nwokobia. And that interview is going to dwell on the slide into anarchy that Nigeria is almost sliding into. One, the arrest of Ajero, the invasion of DSS in the office of Serap. These are, things that are going in the wrong direction, that you keep wondering, why is government doing this? And especially coming from a government that once sponsored protesters. How on earth would a government, basically say that the people who protested have committed treason? For instance, the labor union leader was arrested at the airport on his way to United Kingdom, to a TUC meeting, right? And he was arrested. Now, you see, The funny thing with the government is that when government want to arrest you, they will go and look for the flimsiest excuse. Their excuse is, oh, there was a time APs wrote a petition about a year ago. Yet APs has come out to say we have withdrawn that petition, which I believe had to do with when there was some issue with I think either Imo Airport, the way there was a time NLC had issue with Imo State, and that affected APs or whatever. And I think APs wrote a petition then. They're now arresting someone based on a petition that was withdrawn. You do not have any case. We are sliding into anarchy. Listen, what this government, many of you watching now, what this government is doing is equivalent to what Abacha was doing during the Abacha. But this is a civilian effing government, for Christ's sake, people. Now, listen to what what was said in the conference earlier today, this morning, because of the man that was arrested, something that was needless. I don't understand why this government will be making needless mistakes. Nigerian citizens that came out to protest, what you should have done is to offer them security, make sure that they did not destroy anything. It is a fundamental human right to protest.
And the intimidation of him and his enemies.
Now, look, listen to that. They are talking about the intimidation of Ajero and other individuals in Nigeria. You're making unnecessary bad name for you and for Nigeria. Why can't you guys get that into your thick skulls?
And the intimidation of him and his NLC colleagues by the Nigerian government. Joe was released last night, but it is clear that his ordeal is not yet over. This unlawful arrest is a gross violation of fundamental trade union freedoms, and in arresting him on his way to speak to us of the essential trade union right to seek solidarity. Nigeria's trade unions still have our solidarity. We condemn the actions of the Nigerian government and demand that they end their persecution of Joe Ajero. Thank you, Congress.
Okay, so you can see that the TUC, Trade Union Congress, this is a meeting that they were supposed to have today. Now they are basically saying that is not needed. You are taking a center stage for all the wrong reasons, because they are basically making Nigeria, Nigeria shouldn't have done this, done that. Why would you? Anyone watching me, if you're advising the government, ask the government to stop this nonsense that they are doing. It's getting out of hand. Stop it. Stop. You cannot be threatening, people who just protest that that even President Tinubu himself sponsored protests across Nigeria. Ojota, he funded it. Those that were participants have come out to say so. Did Goodluck Jonathan arrest him? The answer is no. So why all these intimidation up and down? This is arrant nonsense. The government can do better than what they are currently doing. On that note, I say good night, everyone. I am still Mazes, okay? I want to make this stream a 45-minute stream so that, for many of you who may not have enough data, that we will find time to have more conversations as things progress. So please join me tomorrow, 10 o'clock 10 o'clock Nigerian time tomorrow for my interview with Professor Chris Nwokobia. And we're going to dwell, on the concept that Nigeria as a nation is sliding into military dictatorship. We have close to 2 years and 6 months, 2 years and 5 months, right? 2 years and 6 months to the next election. And they have started printing, erecting massive billboard for 2027. You haven't even governed. You have crashed the economy that you inherited. You had Buhari that wasted everybody's time, a waste of space. Yet, you come in, the master strategist, suddenly, there is nothing to strategize. You keep making one error to another, one error to another. You only have 2 years and 6 months left. If you take campaign time, you basically have only barely 2 years left. Come on, wake up. Basically have only 24 months, max 22 months left. So wake up. If you say, oh no, I won't wake up, so now so na go be. On that note, I say thank you very much for joining me this evening. I'm still Mazes, okay? Join me tomorrow as we discuss more on running and burning issues within Nigeria.
La 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 la.